Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us for our continued journey with the home buying process. Last month, we learned all about credit and kind of how credit affects us during the home buying process. But today, we're going to learn about what the title company does. Today, we're meeting with Kimberly Anderson of Setco Services, which is a title company. So, Kimberly, can you introduce yourself and kind of tell us about you?
Hi, I'm Kim, and you just said it. I work for Setco Services, and I'm at home just like you are. And I have 2 kids, a dog. I'm married, and my husband's mustache has a British accent.
That's fantastic. Most
That's
mustaches
crazy.
don't have an awesome accent like that. But just thank you so much for helping us out with this and letting us learn from you today, because the title company is a huge part of the real estate transaction that I think gets overlooked a lot and nobody really understands or knows kind of what you do. So we're just really happy that you could help us out, and we really appreciate your time.
Oh, I'm so excited about being here.
Yeah, well, great. So like one of my first questions is, can you explain the home buying process from the title company's perspective?
Sure. So I like to think of us, Setco, as the hub of the whole transaction. So we get to work with buyers, sellers, agents, lenders, anyone that's involved in that transaction.
Yeah.
We play a huge role in that. We make sure that the title, so that piece of paper that you have saying that you own that property, it's yours and it's free and clear, so that there's nothing that ever happened with that property before, as far as like liens or judgments or anything like that, is going to keep you from owning that property. And we take care of that in that process. So we act as a hub after that contract is received. So when your people find that dream house they want and they sign that contract for their offer, then it comes to us and we take care of the rest.
Okay, that's awesome. So you guys are like that glue that kind of holds it all together and keeps us all going in the right track.
Yeah, I've told you this before. I'm totally stealing that.
Yeah, that's
So
totally
that, yeah, we are the glue, the Elmers of the home buying process.
But you guys like do so much work behind the scenes that we never get to see. But all that work takes a lot of time. And like, I know this as a real estate agent, but a lot of people don't. But how much time does it actually take? Like, can I just go out and be like, I want this home today? Or like,
it depends. I mean, are we really good friends? Or I'm just kidding. It has nothing to do with that whatsoever. It actually depends on what kind of what kind of transaction it's going to be. So it depends on, if you're working with a lender and you're getting a loan, we're at the disposal of them, because the lender's the one that's going to be dealing with inspectors and all of the things that come along with making sure that your loan is going to be on the up and up. So we're at their disposal. So it could take, on the average, it takes about 30 days if you're dealing with a lender. But if it's cash, you got money. Well, even if you don't have money and you stole somebody else's money, but you want to buy a house, just rob somebody. Don't do that. Don't rob anybody. But if you have cash, you can do it in a week typically, as long as there are no title issues. So there's nothing that came up when we did all the searches and everything.
Okay, so it's really important for a buyer and a seller to kind of understand what you guys do, because I could go out on Monday, look at a home and be like, I want to buy it by Friday. So it's really important to kind of know and understand like what you guys do so that can happen if I'm a cash buyer.
Right. So when we get that contract, you're right. There are a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. Our underwriters are going to do a very comprehensive search of the background of the property, and just to make sure that there's nothing that's going to keep you from owning that property. And so if something were to come up, and a lot of times, and so when you're dealing with a situation similar to what you're talking about, you might be an investor. So you have money to go and buy a home. A lot of times when you buy properties like that, there might be like an environmental lien or something like that on the property that needs to be cleared up. So it may take a little bit more time, even if it's a cash buy. But yeah, you're right. You need to know what we're doing behind the scenes, because it's a service that you're paying for,
Yeah, exactly. And it's like you said at the beginning, you guys are the hub that everybody goes through, that
the glue.
The glue that holds us together. I think it's just like extremely important for buyers and sellers to kind of understand that. Like that all that you guys do. One of the things we were kind of talking about before was title insurance. what exactly is title insurance and is it important?
I'm extremely passionate about it. Obviously, this is my job. This is what I do, but it protects you. I mean, we've talked about this. You buy health insurance, you buy life insurance policies, you buy car insurance, and these are things that you pay into monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, bi-month, however you do it.
Yeah.
And something you pay for the rest of your life. Title insurance, you pay for one time, and it protects you for the entire time that you have your property. So if somebody comes and they say, oh, well, the person that owned this property owed me $3,000 one time or $4 million, which doesn't matter because we've already done all the searches and we know that guy's either a liar or whatever the case might be, because we're going to protect you. That title insurance protects you. So that's why it's important.
Yeah, that's extremely important for especially like a homeowner, maybe somebody, maybe even a seller who didn't even know there was a lien on the house because maybe the title company didn't catch it the first time. Then now all of a sudden something came up when they're trying to sell it. So they don't get hit with it either. So it kind of protects both the buyer and the seller at that point. So that's
one of the really cool things that we do that I think sets us apart too is that we use a system called Qualia, and you're familiar with it because you've used it. You've used Setco, but it tells you, and the buyers, the sellers, everybody has access to this system, and it's through a third party. So we don't actually we're not emailing back and forth. So none of your information is ever in jeopardy. So, but when you log on to it, you can see where you are in the process. And so, okay, this is where the inspection's been done. The appraisal's been done. This is where we are. And I really like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very handy. So, well, thank you so much for all this insight that you've given us.
And laughs.
Yeah, and laughs. But no, you've given us like great information about this stuff. Is there a way that like you can keep us all connected like through Setco? Because we were just talking about some of their, some of their systems. Is there a way that you guys are doing that?
Yeah. So, and Corey's been involved in some of this already, but we have a group on Facebook, and then we also, of course we have a website, every company has a website at this point, but we have a group on Facebook, and we've been trying through everything that's going on right now.
Yeah.
We all keep saying when things go back to normal, but I think we all know that there's going to be a bit of this in the new normal, right?
Yeah, so there's going to be a new normal.
Right. So we're trying to incorporate as much as we can with virtual learning. We're going to continue to do continuing education classes and stuff like that, because we want to make sure that our agents are informed, and because that helps their buyers, their sellers. So we're continuing that, and we have a Facebook group that allows people to see what educational components we have coming up, and
that's
just
awesome.
Everything that we have going on. So
that is
one
really
way.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much again for your time. And we just appreciate you helping us out and helping our buyers and sellers and everybody kind of walk through this home buying process.
I appreciate that you let me be a part of this, even though I used really crazy, funny accents and impersonated people.
They were great.
I appreciate
good impersonations. You should probably start a second career.
I hope you keep that in this video so that Chantel and Caitlin can see that you said that.
I think we can do that.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Kim. We appreciate it as well.
Closing the home. You're recording.
I'm recording. This is where we get the bloopers.
Stop, like the lizard. I was like, okay.
Sorry.
Shake it off. Okay. So your disposal. But when it's a cash purchase, not a catch purchase. I don't think I can. A cash purchase, it can be less than a week. So
that voice.
So I am notorious in my office for doing the worst impersonations. Like my impersonation of you would be like, oh yeah, like have the worst.
That'd
like
be fantastic.
Horrible. Yep.
Awesome.
My husband's mustache has a British accent too. Like, and mustaches don't even talk. So But he's like, so what does my mustache say today? And I mean, that's also not how my husband talks. Okay, I'm over the impersonation.
Corey's just over here just loving this. She's like, this is fantastic.